Welcome back to the channel, my friends. Warhammer Man Studios. I'm Warhammer Man, and today we're taking a look at the value in the Space Wolves army set. This video is sponsored by the Game Bunker. More on that later. Alright, so we got the brand new Space Wolves army set launch box coming out this week for pre-order. It'll go up for pre-order at 1 p.m. EST on Saturday, and it'll be available exactly 2 weeks after that. So it is right around the corner, so let's go ahead and take a look at the value inside and what kind of savings we can expect picking up this big box set versus picking up the individual components. Now, because all of these models are brand new, we don't know the exact price on the kits, but based on Games Workshop's typical prices for like relatively similar kits, we can get a pretty good idea as to what these individual kits are going to cost. And I have estimated everything on the low end, so realistically the savings should be, if anything, more than what we're pointing out here in this video. So right off the bat, we have all of the contents. So we have the Space Wolves Codex Supplement. Now keep in mind, you will still need the Space Marine Codex to use this. It is just the Codex Supplement, but it is going to include the code as well, and the Codex Supplements are $35. Then next we have the card pack, and the card pack for the Space Wolves are going to be $35. Again, you'll need the Space Marine card pack to go along with these if you want to have all the cards for all the units available. Next we have the Wolf Priest. So the Wolf Priest is a new character. He's going to be $42. Then we had the Battle Leader. Again, we suspect he'll be $42 as well, as typically Space Marine characters that are not epic heroes are $42 a piece. Then next we have the Blood Claws. So we have 10 Blood Claws coming out. Typical 10-man squads are going to be $65, although we did recently just see like the Infractor kit for the Emperor's Children coming out at $70. So we're going to estimate that it's $65 for the 10 Marines, but there's definitely a possibility it could cost another $5. Next, we have the Grey Hunters. So once again, 10-man unit of Grey Hunters. We're going to estimate that it'll be $65, same as something like Intercessors, but there is definitely a possibility it also will be $70. Then next we have the Head Takers. Now typically these smaller elite units of like 3 men, such as a Blade Guard unit, is going to cost $60, but this also includes 3 of the Wolves as well. So I went ahead and estimated this at $65, the same as something like the Noise Marines for the Emperor's Children, but there's definitely a possibility of some variance here of about $5 either way. So if we total up all of the individual kits in this set, it would come out to $347. There is a possibility it could be a little closer to like $362 if some of the kits are on the higher end, but overall nice value in this set at about $350. And we know the MSRP of the box set itself is going to be $230 from Games Workshop. So that's going to save us at least $117, but potentially closer to $132 on the high end. So if we take the MSRP value of the Space Wolves army set and we compare that to the total MSRP of all the contents inside, that's going to give us a roughly 34% savings over MSRP. So as always, this box set is a phenomenal deal. It's very, very rare for Games Workshop to offer over 25%, as that's like your typical Combat Patrol discount. And realistically, the only time you're able to get discounts over that 25% from the Combat Patrols is going to be in something like the Army Launch box sets like this, or Battleforce box sets offered by Games Workshop. And even those sometimes can vary anywhere from 25 to 40%. So this is definitely a good deal. It is definitely a good start to a Space Wolves army. You're going to get 28 models in the box set. You're going to get the Codex Supplement, the cards, all brand new models as well. I definitely think this is an awesome box. Now a quick word from today's sponsor, Game Bunker. Game Bunker carries a full range of Games Workshop products, including miniatures, terrain, paint, tools, and more. Game Bunker offers 15% off MSRP for most Games Workshop products with the discount code WHMS. Receive free shipping in the continental United States on orders over $145. Online orders ship out within 24 hours. Game Bunker is a veteran-owned business. Use affiliate link below, enter discount code WHMS to save 15% on most items at checkout. For fast, friendly service with a discount on your favorite tabletop wargaming purchases, visit GameBunker.net and let them know that Warhammer Man sent you. The actual sculpts of the 2 characters included are absolutely phenomenal. The Wolf Priest is an amazing kit and definitely a massive glow up from the previous Wolf Priest that came out 20 plus years ago. And then we also have the Space Wolf Battle Leader. Again, absolutely phenomenal kit. I love the detail on these. I love the size and stature, the poses. Games Workshop really knocked it out of the park with these. And then next we have the Head Takers. Again, really, really nice kit right here. I absolutely love these guys. They're basically like Space Wolf Blade Guard, and then they have some really nice wolves to go along with them. You're going to get 3 of the Head Takers. You're going to get 3 of the wolves. Absolutely phenomenal kit. I cannot wait to see all the rules on this new stuff and how the Space Wolves play. But once again, Games Workshop just killing it with these sculpts. And then next we have the 10 Blood Claws in the set. And the main differentiation between these is they're going to be in the Tacticus armor, which is basically like your standard Intercessor armor. But not only do they have your bolters like a standard Intercessor, but they are going to be slightly different. And then they also have chainswords as well. So they're essentially like your jack of all trades. They have some shooting abilities, and then they also have really nice combat abilities. And then of course you have your squad leader with some special weapons. And then last but not least in the box set we have the Blood Claws. So as we can see here, once again, they're in the tactics armor, but we can see they're much more similar in like look and style to your assault intercessors, much more of an action pose. These guys are kitted out specifically for close combat. So instead of having the bolters, they're going to have your bolt pistols. And then once again, everyone is armed with a chainsword. And then of course we have the squad leader here with the plasma pistol and lightning claw. And then of course each of these units is going to have like their individual special rules on their data sheet to give them some additional buffs and abilities based on their battlefield role. So overall, really nice box set. Definitely an awesome opportunity to start a new Space Wolves army or get a hold of a bunch of the brand new Space Wolves miniatures, the codex, and the cards. Really nice savings over MSRP, and I am super excited to pick up one of these myself. Let me know if you have pre-ordered the Space Wolves army set, if you're going to be picking up one or more of these, what you're looking forward to when the range expansion comes out in the next few weeks as well. Always like to hear back from you guys in the comments, and as always, special thanks to the Game Bunker for sponsoring the channel. Check out the link in the description to save 15% on most Games Workshop products with code WHMS at checkout. Warhammer Man Studios, I'm Warhammer Man, and I'm out of here.